Hello, everybody. My name is Margie Burns-Knight, and with Linda and Steve, I coordinate the Rising Tide Leadership Award. This is our 5th year and the most participants we've had. I'm going to MC this tonight with Jose Sangisa, who's right here. He was last year's recipient of the Rising Tide Award with another student. He is the sweetest person because we pronounced his name wrong all last year. And we just learned the pronunciation today. Even today, he said it's not 100%. But you know what? We're working on it. So anyway, I said, last year, why didn't you say something to us? My father said I should have said something, but you were also nice to me. I said, yeah, we're nice. We can work on our pronunciation skills. So he wants to tell you a little bit about what he did with his award last summer. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jose Sasenga, and I'm from Angola. I came here last year in the United States, and after like 5 months, I started competing to the Rising Tide, and hopefully I won. And thanks to the Rising Tide, I went to American University for the summer campus. It was for the medicine and healthcare program. So I spent a lot of time. I spent 9 days in the campus of American University. I met a lot of people there, and I was the only African there. And also, I was so famous because I speak more than 4 languages there. And then I was speaking with almost everyone, people from Belgium because they speak French. I also speak French. I spoke with people from Costa Rica, Puerto Rico. They speak Spanish. I also speak Spanish. And that was so good. So in the experience, we learned a lot of things. We went to a lot of universities. We went to University of Maryland. We went to a lot of places in Maryland. So we learned a lot of things, and so that makes me really want to work in medicine because I want a lot of experience there. And also people that I made there, we still in contact with them, so that makes me makes my life amazing. Also, I thanks to Linda and Steve and our Department of Rising Tide to give me this opportunity, and also good luck to you guys who present today, and thank you so much.
Oops, that bell will be for later. So we met these students 5 weeks ago. We haven't known them for very long. They have brought a lot of joy to us. Their stories are fabulous. And actually, this is our 5th year of doing this, and they've brought such joy and humility to us that Steve actually wrote about it in the Portland Press Herald. So he wrote an article about Rising Tide. Working with immigrant high school students have changed my life. I agree with every word he says in this. So we have this for you to take home. So before we begin, we want Linda to present her story about her son, John Burgess, and his many passions that inspired our Leadership Award. Linda.
This famous quote is commonly attributed to President John F. Kennedy. Actually, neither JFK nor his speechwriter coined it. It was the motto of the New England Chamber of Commerce. JFK saw it, liked the message, and it became a metaphor in many of his speeches. We like it too, so we chose it to be the name of our new Leadership Award, only for Portland Public Schools students from immigrant families. The logo shows the helm of a ship as the sun rising over the ocean. We hope that this award will allow you to have an experience in the summer that will lift you and help you to pursue your dreams. So let me introduce you to my son, John, in whose honor this award was created. We sadly lost him 4 years ago, but he led a full life and had many interests. We want you to have some of the same opportunities, so here's a summary of John's interests. John was around boats all his life. He grew up near the sea in Kennebunkport. In the year of John's birth, his father, also John Burgess, founded the Landing School of Boat Building and Yacht Design. In high school, John went on Ocean Classroom, a trimester at sea. Later in life, he would captain Kylie's Chance, the scenic lobster cruise boat in Kennebunkport, and become the manager of the Fort Lauderdale water taxi captains. John was interested in traveling and world affairs from an early age. Here he is in 8th grade, flying off to Norway for a hockey camp. In his life, he would ride camels in Morocco, snorkel in the Caribbean, and visit France, Spain, and Italy. Oops, sorry. John was a scholar. In 2006, he graduated summa cum laude from USM, which he put himself through while driving the lobster cruise boat. He majored in political science and economics. Politics and social justice were consuming interests of John throughout his life. He wanted to make the world a better place. John was dedicated to volunteering. He served on the Student Senate at USM and received this faculty award for service to the community. He and I worked together on several presidential campaigns, walking door to door in New Hampshire, braving barking dogs and icy sidewalks to talk with folks about Barack Obama. John was an entrepreneur. At the time of his death, he had just started 2 charter businesses. This one is in Fort Lauderdale. It is called Pukatiki Charters and would take people out for sunset cruises and afternoons on the sandbar. New England Echo Adventure is a thrill ride out of Kennebunkport, which you can go on because his friend and business partner, Matt Reed, is making a great success of it. So this is the 4th year of Rising Tide, offering two students yearly a chance to pursue their interests, strengthen their college applications, and gain valuable leadership skills. Here are the winners from previous years. The first 2 were Ridwana Tour and Josephina Bonza. They're the ones with the medals around their necks. Okay, and then the second year, Hanan Omar, she participated both years. She didn't win the first year, but she came back the second year and won. And she went to the Harvard Medical School program, and Ali Abdurrahman went to the Harvard pre-college program. He is now a student at Penn, and she's a student at Wesleyan. Caitlin Wynn went to Harvard Medical School virtually because she got stuck in the COVID year. And Fatima Lamloon, I didn't get her name on there, I don't know what happened to it. She went to the National Leadership Conference in San Diego. And last year, Sophia Caputo and Jose Sasinga, both of them went to the National Leadership Conference at American University in Washington. So now it's up to you. Which leadership program do you desire? Tell us why you want to attend in your own half Patakucha. John had many great experiences in his life, and we want you to have them also. Good luck and bon voyage.
Thank you, Linda. So Linda just presented to you what is called a PK, or a Pachakacha, which I'm also correcting. If you're from Japan, you're going to say that is not how you say that. But this is a storytelling format that came from an architect firm in Japan. Pachakacha just means chit-chat. So in a normal Pachakacha, you get 20 slides and 20 seconds per slide to talk about something you like or you are passionate about. We're doing mini PKs today, so everybody gets 10 slides and 20 seconds per slide. And they will be judged on leadership, clarity of presentation, passion, and program fit. So speaking of judging, we have 3 judges from John's family. We have, and you can stand up and wave or whatever you'd like to do when I introduce you, or just go like this. We have Sarah Gott, John's sister. We have Chris Hyland, John's friend, and Bill Matthews, John's cousin. So after the presentations, the judges will go in that room And they're going to pick 5 winners. We're going to be giving 5 awards this year. And the runner-ups will each get a $100 gift certificate to a local bookstore. So, without further ado, or we're just going to begin. So, Jose is going to introduce you. And remember, come up. We'll make sure the mic works. And then when you press the button, it's time for you to present.
The first presenter for this Rising Tide is Ellen Mendy from Deering High School, a junior.
You're pretty tall. So make sure it's, oh, you're an actress. You can do this. You don't need me. Okay.
Hi, my name is Helen Mendy. I was born in Senegal. Senegal is a beautiful country in West Africa. I lived in Senegal until the age of 8 when my parents told me that we were moving to a whole new country. When we moved to Maine in 2016, we had to start from the ground up. We lived in a homeless shelter for a few months. Then we moved into a hotel. After a while, my parents saved up enough to buy a small apartment in Westbrook, and I started at Westbrook Middle School. After 6 months of living in Westbrook, we moved to a house in Portland, and I started at Lincoln Middle School. Lincoln taught me a lot about myself, like how to stand up for myself and how not to deal with bullying. After 4 years of living in America and Maine, my parents bought our first house in America, and I started at Deering High School. Deering has helped me refine my voice and confidence. With my newly found confidence, I found a way to express myself freely. Acting has always been a passion for me, so with more confidence, I joined the drama club in my freshman year. Through drama, I met some of my best friends. Last year, we put a production of Little Women, and I played Marmee. As this is my junior year at Deering, I am planning to join the National Honor Society, and I'm also planning to take the Seal of Biliteracy in both Wolof and French. Wolof is the national language of Senegal. A few weeks ago, I got accepted into the George Mason University National Youth Leadership Advanced Program in Medicine. If I win the scholarship tonight, I am planning to go to New York for the pre-summer program to learn more about being a surgeon. This is Ronald McDonald House. It holds a lot of significance to me and my family. It helped us through some of our toughest moments in America. I am planning to volunteer at Ronald McDonald House this holiday season to help other families. This is my family, my biggest rock, the people who always motivate me, the ones that are always by my side telling me not to give up no matter how hard things get. They're always there to humble me in my moments of absolute cockiness. This is my little brother, Antoine. Antoine was born with a heart defect and had to get a heart surgery when he was 6 months old. His pediatrician became my hero and my inspiration. I want to bring the same joy the surgeon brought to my family and to other families. I want to become a pediatric surgeon.
The next presenter is Maravilia Kim Kiaka from Deering High School.
My name is Maravilla Kimukiaka. I was born in Luanda, Angola. I live with my mom and twin sister, but I also have 2 older brothers who live in Angola. I'm a sophomore at Deering High School. While growing up, I've always been wondering about what to be when I become older. I thought I'd become a model, a singer, actress, a hip-hop dancer, and even a businesswoman. I speak Portuguese and English, and I'm currently learning French and Chinese. I play soccer, Nordic ski, and track. I know I'm talented at many things, therefore I want to challenge myself even more. The biggest inspiration in my life is my dear mom, who taught me that in life I have to fight for what I want for myself and future. At first, I was fond of fashion, so I'd draw random dresses on my free time. But I didn't want to make design my career because I discovered that the study of the heart is a wonderful mystery that isn't well known. I'm very interested in cardiology because it's a field of medicine that not many think of discovering about. Many are interested in neurosurgery, but forget that the heart is an important aspect of that also helps the body function. I know that it won't be an easy path to follow the medicine, but I also know that what's there to life if I don't challenge myself and dream big? I want to inspire others to this passion of mine. I want to become an international cardiovascular thoracic surgeon. Therefore, that is why I'm learning Chinese and French, so that I can impact my life and of those around me. Life is way too precious to be wasted. I would like to do the Yale University Medicine and Health program to explore more about my future and career, learn more about my passion for medicine. This program is a step closer to reaching my dream career. Thank you.
The next presenter is Iman Alari from Casco Bay High School.
Okay. My name is Iman Alari, and both my parents are from Sudan, and this is where they grew up. My father came from America before my mother did to ensure that it was safe for them. Getting my mom to America after they got married was a difficult task because they didn't know the language, but it all worked out for them. Leaving Sudan had always left both my parents on edge because they never knew if or when war would break out where they knew they could do nothing about keeping their own family safe. My parents are constantly working hard to not only support my 4 other siblings but to also send money to help their families with the reconstruction of houses and to also pay off medical bills. I strive to succeed beyond normal expectations, where my hard work, which was influenced by my parents, opened an opportunity for me to be part of the Raleigh Portland national squash team, where I earned the privilege to travel and improve my technique through matches against other squash players. My work and skill led to an invitation to contribute in the Maine Youth Leadership Conference in my first year of college. As I continued to reach out for opportunities based on my leadership skills, I found a liking in environmental science and engineering. From working close with 4-H team teachers, field of science, and being a part of the Solarize Portland protest, I feel closely connected to engineering and the safe construction of buildings for the sake of the environment and bettering people's lives. All my parents' past struggles and current accomplishments have impacted me to pursue higher goals. I've had mentors, coaches, and teammates to support me along the way, but they can only do so much for me for my educational future. This winter, my parents have planned a trip for my family to go to Sudan for our first time, where for the majority of the time we spend there, we'll be physically helping construct buildings just as these to incorporate sturdy and durable house designs that'll last. After some planning and research, I came across Yale University Engineering Summer Program for high school students. This program teaches a lot of different kinds of engineering courses, which would give me an opportunity to expand my knowledge and learn new things that can help expand my idea to my next project that I can hopefully follow up on in the future. My passion and determination were inspired by my immigrant parents, who always taught me that I must work hard to accomplish my own goals. Thank you.
Thank you. The next presenter is Faisal Aiki from Deering High School.
This is a story of hardships, excitement, anxiousness, and self-reflection. Technically, this is a story about me, but it's also a story about the me that I want to become. Even though I've faced a lot of hardships in life, I'm just glad that I had people around me to look up upon instead of just looking for something to fill an empty void. When I was young, I never thought of what it actually meant to be independent or to be your own person. I always looked at what my siblings were doing and tried to mimic something equivalent to what they did. Never having the thought of what I could become basically blinded me. It was like I was a shell of a person who only had one goal in mind, to just do the average. But then I asked myself, why am I okay with the average? I had always seen my mother and father working so hard just to provide a roof over my head, and yet I was willing to ignore their efforts after they had been through so much just to provide a good life for me and my siblings. So why should I be okay with average? Before the age I could go to school, I would watch my mother as she cleaned hotel rooms. The rooms were humid and dry, almost blocking the cold air from the outside. There was always a very distinct smell in those rooms, but I never could figure out what. That was until I started to remember how my mother would always tell me she needed me to become a strong woman because not everything in life is given to you. The smell in those rooms was of a new hope. My father was the same way. He would tell me as he drove his taxi that the society we live in is selfish because they don't want to treat everyone equally. I remember how he would work day in and day out, driving people around. He would come back home when the streets were bare, and then he would go back to sleep, and his routine would start all over again. I want to be able to have the type of strength my father had one day. Those memories bring me back to days where I would gaze through windows when it rained. During those times, there was always a recurring thought of what my life would actually amounted to. I knew what I wanted to do, but also didn't know at the same time. The one thing that I didn't know was that I didn't want to die without making some sort of impact on the world. I knew that I wanted to be as hardworking and self-reliant as my parents, and I knew that I wanted to make an impact on the world. The question was, how can I really do that? That was a thought until one of my elementary school teachers sent me a book while I was in middle school. The book was filled with stories about Muslim women who fought to achieve their goals. I was so shocked because I had never read a book about Muslim women, but after I read it, I knew exactly what I was going to do. The story was a story that particularly caught my eye was about a Muslim girl named Amani who started a website called Muslim Girl to create a safe haven for Muslim girls and women to speak to each other. After reading that, I knew that was the type of imprint that I wanted to make on the world. I want to study business because I want to be able to make the impossible possible. I've yet to see a Muslim-owned business reach world news or be talked about all around the world. I not only want to start this business to become a strong woman, but I also want to inspire young Muslim girls to achieve their own goals and aspirations so they can come out as victorious. I would like to attend the Brown University Sumrat Brown Pre-College Program to help enhance my knowledge on how I can achieve my goals. There, I will study business so I can learn more about how to not only manage a company, but also how to be a leader. This will not only help me to give me more knowledge, but it will also help me get experience on what I need to do and when I start working to help other Muslim girls in need. Thank you.
The next presenter is Sumaya Abdul, Junior from Cascaway.
My family. My single mother and two sisters fled from Somalia when I was about the age of 5. I went to seek refuge in other countries due to the ongoing internal conflict. My mother single-handedly made the choice that all immigrants' families fall to pursue, to migrate to safety. The image here was taken in Ethiopia after I was reunited with my mother. This is the apartment complex we lived in where other immigrants' families went to seek. In this image, you can see my sisters and I before we left the airport after our process to America was approved. A few hours after this image was taken, I was separated from my family members, aunts, uncles, and cousins. But at the same time, I clutched my mother's hands, prayed, and prayed for a safe journey as we took off. I was put in 3rd grade at Reiki Elementary School, even though I wasn't in school for the last 2 years of my life, and strived my hardest to achieve the so-called American dream without the English language. I lost my accent about a few months in because I wanted to fit in so bad, and due to the overall difference, I couldn't because of my classmates and I. I managed to hang on, and during my sophomore year, I found out about a new leadership program that opened up, so I ran. It was a competition between 2 junior peers and 4 sophomore peers, where we stood in front of the whole school and told them why we should be their chair representatives. I won the election and I am currently serving my 1st term. In the same year, I helped build the first ever prayer room in Casco Bay High School. I'm currently in community council, where we try to break the prison to school pipeline and to avoid punishment and help us heal as one. I'm also one of the leaders of the BSU, and lastly, I'm part of Yelp and WILO, a school reform program where we try to advocate for change and get student opinion in the school board. Here I was presenting for my sophomore journey, expressing my interest for the future. I talked about, is that the wrong? Okay. Cases that were awakening for me. Cases like the Central Park 5 and America's Most Wanted. Most cases researched were cases that either police were at fault for not conducting correctly, or it was the evidence were neglected, which led to wrongful incarceration. May 29th, my sister and I attended a Black Lives Matter protest that was later tear gassed. This is a big moment for me. I really wanted to change this. I thought that maybe if I was a cop, I'd be able to prevent it, but that means I would have to be able to carry a weapon, which I did not want. Maybe if I was a lawyer, but I didn't want a life for religious reasons. The program I would like to attend is the program at Yale University, the Law and Advocacy Program, and I would like to become a detective or a forensic psychologist to help bring forth evidence that is not brought in the future to help change the system from within. I want my knowledge learned here and take it back home to help Somalians advance their systems, to upgrade our laws to make sure they are enforced and that no one is above the system nor based on their system or income. And that I can help build a world where my sister is safe and protected and would never question the system or those that are there to protect her. Thank you.
The next presenter is Ahmed Alfa. It's a freshman from Casco Bay High School.
Hello, my name is Ahmed, and I am a 9th grade student at Casco Bay High School. I am from a Somali Muslim family and also the first person in my family to be born in the U.S. One of my greatest inspirations in life is my mother. She is one of the strongest and hard-working person I know. She is one of the reasons why I have chosen to be an orthopedic surgeon and an epidemiologist. Somalia, the country where my family fled from, is a country the size of Texas. A major cause of death in this country is diarrheal diseases, measles, malnutrition, and tuberculosis. These diseases are easy to treat, but rarely isn't due to limited resources and the fact that their healthcare system is so fragile it is almost non-existent. Although I hadn't known the name at the time, I was inspired to become an epidemiologist when I went to Somalia at the age of 6 because I had seen so many people getting sick. Although I didn't know why at the time, they were getting sick due to contaminated water sources. In some rural areas in Somalia, the only water source for people is rainwater, and some people have no choice but to drink from contaminated rainwater. When my mother first came to the United States, fleeing a war-torn country, leaving everything and everyone behind, she did not know English aside from the few broken phrases she learned at a young age. Through nothing but her consistent hard work and the far-fetched dream to strive for a better life for her children, she went on to finish high school. Shortly afterwards, she went on to get her associate degree and her bachelor's degree in nursing. Back home in my country, many people are losing their lives due to firearm attacks. Just a few weeks ago, my cousin in Somalia lost their life due to a terrorist with a firearm. As an orthopedic surgeon, I want to be able to save the lives of both the people I care about and everyone that my expertise as an orthopedic surgeon would help. My family had COVID in May of 2020. During these 2 weeks that we were quarantined, we had to stay home and were getting food from our cousins. It was difficult because I felt suffocated due to not being able to leave our apartment. COVID was one of the reasons why I wanted to be an epidemiologist. I want to be able to not have to stay inside due to another widespread disease. Cholera is a deadly disease. Cholera was another reason why I have chosen to become an epidemiologist. Epidemiologists have the role to control and stop disastrous diseases such as cholera. Although cholera is a deadly disease, my grandparents were one of the lucky ones who were able to survive. I want to be able to make sure they don't have to go through pain like that again. Before my mother migrated to the U.S., she was living in Dadaab, the largest refugee camp in the world, located in Kenya. I have been to Dadaab to visit relatives before, and the state in which people are living in never ceases to shock me. Dadaab has a fragile healthcare system just like Somalia, the country my family fled from. So many of my family members who live in Somalia aren't able to make a day's end. They have to travel long distances in order to work and make the money they need. I try to help my family that live in my home country by working at a job at the dining facility at a nearby nursing home. I send some of my hard-earned money to family members in Kenya and Somalia who need it. In order to explore my interest in medicine, I would very much like to attend American University's 18-day medicine intensive. This will give me exposure to many medical specialties, including some areas that I may not have considered before. Also, I would have the opportunity to learn from other students and many medical professionals and researchers. Done.
The next presenter is Estrella João, a sophomore from Deering High School.
My name is Estrella Miguel Bolajam. I'm a sophomore at Deering High School. I'm an intern summer lifeguard at Kiwanis Pool. I can speak 5 fluent languages, which are Portuguese, French, Lingala, English, and Spanish. Portuguese is my first and main language. The rest I just picked up from people, mostly my parents. And I am varsity captain of the Deering cheer team. I was born in Luanda, Angola. Even though I love my homeland, one of the main reasons we had to flee was because of the violence. Due to this violence, when I was 2 months old, I was burned on my stomach from boiling hot water. My parents never clarified much in the story, but I choose to embrace it and hold it as memories from our struggles. My parents, my little brother, and I immigrated to the U.S. when I was 6 years old. I lived in Peabody, Massachusetts for the first years of my life, then moved to Portland, Maine, and have been in the U.S. for 9.5 years now. When I think about my education, I take under consideration my mother, who left school at 16 in order to birth and care for me, but has overcome and got married and certified as a PSA nurse, or PCA, I'm sorry. My uncle, whose life was taken too soon by the violence of the Angolan police and the failure of the hospital.
The right slide.
It's not the uncle. It's not that uncle.
Just keep going.
My uncle, whose life was taken too soon by the violence of the Angolan police and the failure of the hospital. My grandfather, whom they refused to treat because of the money that he lacked. And last but not least, my grandmother. She's getting older and older every day, and her dementia is not getting any better. I am caring, a leader, a natural helper, and being a nurse would change the influences that I want to see in the world. I want to go to a nursing program in a new American University in Washington, D.C. because it will help me make a change that I want to see and provide the help that my family couldn't get for others in need.
What slide should be up now?
Should be the end of my slides.
Should be which?
The end of my slides. The university. And that's the American University that I hope to get into. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.
The next presenter is Natalia Mbandu from Deering High School.
I'm here to talk about who I am, my goals, my dreams, and my plans for the future. I believe that everyone deserves an opportunity to express themselves, so this is when I will do so. I've always been known as Natalia Mbadu, but for the purpose of this, I want to start being known as Gloria. I like to tell myself that my parents both fought about what my name should be. I was born in an alluring country called Angola. Being born the oldest of three, it was fun. I had siblings to watch over, my mom and dad were always by my side, and life was just perfect. My dad was a pastor and an engineer, so every Sunday it was refreshing to not have to drive far from church so we could do it from the comfort of our home, or at the school that was located in our house. My mom had the most fun time washing, matching up outfits, and making sure we looked nice. Wrong slide. To be honest, I don't know that much about my parents. Neither do my sisters. The reason why is because they never really opened up to us about themselves. For example, I've forgotten my dad's name and don't know much about other side of the family. My mom never finished high school and my parents married the same year I was born, I believe, in 2008. In 2015, my father made a decision that would change my life forever. I never knew exactly where we were going. I never knew what an airplane was, and I always thought that Angola was the only country in the world. So I was very shocked when I landed in a place that was freezing cold and when I saw people that didn't look like me at all. I still recall the first day of school as a first grader of the elementary school of East End. I had showed up wearing my uniform from my old school in Angola because I thought that everyone else wore a uniform and I only humiliated myself. I made a few friends there, but then I switched to Reiki Elementary School where I met a lot of friends that are still in my life today. This is a picture of me when I graduated and won the Howard C. Reiki Award, an award only given to one fifth grader. In third grade, after my teacher told me about the oil spills in our oceans and the way the marine animals are being mistreated, I started to cry. Whenever she brought up the ocean, I would always cry, and the only way that she would calm me down was by sitting down with me and claiming that we were going to write a letter to the mayor to fix it. But one, she never sent the letter, and two, as I grew up, I realized that it takes more than just one person to fix it all.
Correct?
It was supposed to be on this slide. I was very sensitive, so when anyone brought up the oceans, I would cry. The ways that I would escape this was by doing the things I loved most, with one of them being singing. This is a picture of me and my best friend performing at Governor Janet Mills' inauguration in 2019 when I was only 10 years old. It helped me to escape, and I could say it was one of the best days of my life. Today, I am a part of a choir called Pacentu Multicultural Chorus, consisting of immigrant girls who have lost their voices, and I've performed for organizations like the United Nations and the International Rescue Committee. This is a picture of some of the girls that are in the choir, and we took a picture with Senator Angus King at the governor's meeting that took place in Maine of this year. The program that I found most interesting to me was the NSLC's Marine Biology program in the University of Miami. I don't know any Angolan that is interested in marine biology or that can swim. That is a reason as to why I'm interested in this program, to break a stereotype. It has hands-on activities that I would be doing as a real-time marine biologist that I've been dreaming to do since the third grade. I could finally tell my elementary teacher that I'm one step closer. I'm hoping that this program will help me speak for the oceans and for the creatures that live in them. Thank you so much.
And the next presenter is Veronica Kimukiaka, a sophomore from Deering High School.
My name is Veronica Isabel Kimukiaka. I'm from Angola and I'm a sophomore at Deering High School. I have two older brothers who live in Angola, and here in the US I live with my mom and my twin sister. I speak Portuguese and English, and I'm learning French and Chinese. I also play soccer and ski. And to me, being multilingual means knowledge and traveling. Coming to America gave me opportunities, and now I want to use these opportunities to dream. All the opportunities given to me are shaping my future and helping me follow my dream. When it comes to my mom, I can't express in words what my mom means to me. She's a warrior. She fought to become who she is. I love my mom, and I admire her for confidence, wisdom, and strength. My dream is to become a juvenile lawyer because I want to help teens not to follow the wrong path and to dream. Although I'm still a teen myself, it doesn't mean I shouldn't dream of it. It just means that I should dream of it even more. While growing up, I've had numerous dreams. Become a teacher, a firefighter, a judge, a police officer, and etc. But none of them attracted me, and when I watched TV, I always saw kids getting hurt. When I was younger, I was always curious about life, about who were my first grandparents, about how do I grow up, and about how do cute little kids become mean. Because I grew up surrounded by love, I want to do the same with teens, because teens are confusing, stubborn, immature, and some think that they are not allowed and nor wanted, so I would like to change that. When I was about 8, I almost died by falling on a dirty river during a heavy rainy day, but I'm blessed I lived. I'm proud of being an African, for being who I am, and for what I'm achieving. And the program I would like to attend is at Yale University, Law and Advocacy. Thank you.
The next presenter is Banin and Raja Al-Sadi, sophomores from Maine High School.
Hi, I'm Benin and I'm a sophomore at Deering High School. I speak for me and my older sister Raja because she doesn't speak English well yet. We migrated from Iraq to Turkey and from Turkey to the USA, and this is our 7th year in the USA. My mom wanted to be an artist, but because of an injury in Iraq, she lost her ability to draw. My sister and I want to complete her dreams by becoming art teachers. This is her first drawing after 20 years. I know what you are wondering. Why Raja didn't learn English even though she's older than me? It's because she didn't go to school for 10 years. She returned to school in 2021 and drew this picture of Dr. Ahmed, our principal. Raja didn't go to school because she had an incident and she got scared of going to school, but she went back to school last year for art classes only, and this is one of her favorite drawing of her favorite animal. At the beginning, Raja didn't even want to attend normal classes except art class. Because of my family and the teachers that helped, Raja wants to attend college and become like her 2 favorite art teachers. Due to the lack of money in Turkey, Raja used to collect cardboard and chalk from construction sites to draw, and now she has a habit of collecting pencils that look unique to her. This is a comparison of her old drawing and a drawing of my dad that's really recent. Raja taught me how to draw. I fell in love with art before seeing it. Without glasses, all I see is shadows with colors. Art is my family routine where a lot of us love to draw. And this is a small contest we did at home between me, Raja, and my younger siblings. I recognized that I had a problem with my vision when I was 8 years old. Before that, I thought that everyone sees like me. This is a drawing that I drew when I got an inspiration from the poem The Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. When I was a kid, I got a small amount of money to buy a pencil and a sketchbook, but instead I bought a notebook. Now I can tell the difference, so he's the time when I recognize the difference, and one of my early ones. Me and my sister Raja want to attend the Maine College of Art and Design in Maine. This is our first step toward our dreams of becoming art teachers. Our goal is to help the students who want help to become bigger and better artists. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to all. Will all the presenters please stand up? And let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much for sharing your unbelievably fabulous stories with us. You all did a remarkable job. Okay, so you may have a seat. So the judges are going to go into the judging room over there and decide on the 5 recipients this year of the Rising Tide Award. Very short period of time, tell a pretty fabulous story. So you
If you don't win this year, you can do it again.
yes, and if you didn't win this year and you want to come back, we had somebody return the second year, and they did get the award.
Could I speak on behalf of the 3 judges? This was an impossible job. We would have liked to have taken all 10 of you. You were all terrific.
Okay, so, all right, so our MC is going to take it away.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the judges, and thank you for the presenters. This year, Rising Tide winners are
Do it one at a time.
Ellen, Mindy,
Come on up. Put her medal. Gotta give her her medal. Do one at a time. We'll really spread this out.
the next winner is Iman, the next winner is Ahmed, the next winner is Estrella, and the last winner is Natalia.
So do you want any kind of picture here? Are you getting pictures? And this is for you, and this is for you, and this is for you, and that's for you.
Congratulations.
That's for you, and that's for you. So, thank you everybody for coming. You're welcome to take pictures, and we hope to see you again next year.